Well, good evening to you and welcome on this most perfect evening for a game of football. Conditions are absolutely splendid and the folk of this town have come out in their droves for this match. Why wouldn't they? It is an ideal circumstance for what could be an ideal game. Everybody has been attracted to it. It has been the talk of the town, and the buses have been packed, double-decker buses lining up outside. Coaches have carried thousands of away supporters here too, and all of it adds up to make a terrific, a crackling atmosphere. The match, I think, will be quite a spectacle. Oh, this really is a great venue. It adds so much character to every game it stages. Well, this is the perfect game for all parties, not least the neutrals who've just come to enjoy it.
Yes, Peter, it's a shame it's only a friendly, but then again, that may help us see a more expressive attacking contest. And I'd be prepared to settle for a clash of lesser intensity in favour of lots of flair, skill and plenty of tricks and a few goals. I suspect I've probably overstretched my level of greed here.
We have already started here. Surely, hits one! Oh, he's managed to get it all wrong.
It didn't quite come off on this occasion, but it only needs a gentle tweak.
How about a shot? A chance to play it in. It's a very good battle there, terrific to watch. Ruben Dias. Still goalless at the moment. Just brushed off the ball there. That's a promising ball. He's had a goal! Hoists it forward. Questions were asked, and he's given the answers. Rudiger. Llorente. Lobs it in gently. All Black can claim that. João Cancelo. Now it's Icardi. Good ball. Done very well to intervene. That a foul? Yes, the referee's given it. Well, that looks like a final warning. Still no card. Rudiger. Llorente. And here's Messi. Rice. Back into the middle. Vinicius Junior's cross. João Cancelo. Good spell of possession this, but very little to show for it. He spotted the run and played it through, and Icardi! And it's a goal! Really outwitted one-on-one. Once more, he gets the better of the keeper.
Yeah, and he knew all along what he wanted to do, and it's a really great instinctive finish.
Deadlock broken, it's 1-0.
Well, just listen to the reaction. I think you can hear the approval from the support all around the stadium.
And they're not going to make any further progress now. Approaching half-time and still behind. Can they make something happen now? João Cancelo. Vinicius Junior did really well to intervene and dispel the growing danger. Gets away from his opponents. Vinicius Junior. And here's Messi. That's great strength on the ball. Messi, he's gone for it! Out to the left it goes. Gets wrestled off the ball. That looks a foul. Yep, referee's given it. And it's Jordi Alba. And the first 45 minutes are up. So there you have it, a close-fought half of football, but one that still had its moments, but ultimately produced just one goal. A more than decent game up to now.
Well, they definitely won't be happy with that half. They seem to lack a bit of desire, especially going forward. It wouldn't surprise me to see a change or two.
Already up and running for the second half. So, 45 minutes to turn it round. That's a decent ball, and it's been taken straight back. Chance! And in it goes! Two to the good! They have breathing space! An act of charity gratefully received. Things starting to look very comfortable.
Well, at 1-0 this contest was still nicely poised, but now that it's gone to 2, mindsets are affected a lot more. Winning belief one way and that losing feeling the other.
Plenty waiting in the middle. Messi! Messi! Jordi Alba. Ruben Dias.
We've got to see a real determination and purpose now if this deficit is to be recovered. No holding back and being patient about this challenge. It's time to roll the sleeves up and go for it.
Well played, he saw that coming. Good idea, just poorly executed. Icardi gets on the end of it, tries a shot! And more, and more, and more! And the lead is 3! It is surely done!
And as soon as they made that error in midfield, they didn't have time to react before the ball hit the net. Very much a lesson learned.
3 without reply. This is becoming a stroll.
Well, it's been an absolutely fabulous spell for them, and they're starting to look unstoppable. There could be more on the way.
Lovely feet. He wasn't very far from making something happen by himself. Lovely to see. Messi going through. Oh, no, that's not the ball he wanted. Played out to the right. Oh, well defended. That had to be done. That's a foul. Free kick's been given. We've got changes here, from both sides in fact. João Cancelo. He's got options out wide. And he's cut it out. Rice. Vinicius Junior. Rice drives it forward.
That's alert and sharp and very well played.
It's on a plate. Neymar. Oh, they could break here.
Well, I don't think it was the wisest option, Peter, once he got into that position. It's not as if he didn't have people nearby.
Vinicius Junior. Neymar. It's come loose. Looking to break out here. Chance to break. He's left his man. Lovely bit of skill. Turns and goes back. Bernardo Silva. Messi is flagged offside. There is some activity down on the touchline. It seems there's going to be a change.
Well, he's worked so hard for his side, as you would expect, but he couldn't help notice that he was starting to labour a bit, so it's no surprise.
Rudiger does well there, alert. And that's been won straight back. Rice, right through the middle. It's found its way to him. Vinicius Junior shoots! It's in! Oh, beautifully dispatched. There was no reaching that.
Now that's what I call finishing, right in the corner. He knew instinctively who was where and didn't need to waste any time weighing things up. That's a cracking goal.
And when the manager called on him, he was only too happy to repay that fate.
Well, the instruction from the manager would have been, go on and make yourself a nuisance and see if you can snatch a goal. Mission accomplished.
So, just a consolation, or is there a way back from here? Bernardo Silva. And here's the chance to counter. He's on his way. It's offside. Yes, it is.
I just think it was a cheap foul to give away.
Added time is up, and there goes the whistle. Well, this hurts. The pain of defeat very evident, and there are hard lessons to be learned from it all when they regroup. How would you sum up what we've witnessed, Jim?
Look, Peter, a strength in any team has to be at the heart of your defence, and I'm afraid they were found wanting in that department.
Well, thanks to Jim. We both wish you a very good evening. Well, a warm welcome, one and all, on what has been an horrendous, a wet evening. Thankfully, this rain has been deemed to be within reasonable limits, and after an inspection and all the regular formalities, the teams were handed in on time, and the all-important go-ahead was given. Bit of disruption, of course, for those travelling in the direction of the ground. The crowds have taken a little longer than usual to get in and to settle down, but thankfully that is behind us, and we are on track. Entirely unique. This place has something special about it. La Bombonera. Well, there are plenty looking forward to seeing this. A capacity crowd here.
Yes, Peter, it's a shame it's only a friendly, but then again, that may help us see a more expressive attacking contest. And I'd be prepared to settle for a clash of lesser intensity in favour of lots of flair, skill and plenty of tricks and a few goals. I suspect I've probably overstretched my level of greed here.
The action has already started. Forward it goes. Ball through needs to be good here. And that's been won straight back. Lookman. Partey. Ball's loose, who's getting there? And he's there to cut it out.
Just to point out, Peter, that the fullbacks are quite high.
And what are they trying to achieve?
Well, it's obviously a move to push the opposition wide men back and give them more to think about.
Oh, that is lovely footwork. Hernandez plays it forward. Lookman. And he's shown him a clean pair of heels. That looks a foul. Yep, referee's given it. Well, you might think he got off lightly. It is just a verbal warning. Gundogan with a real chance here. And we have the first dead ball situation of the game. Promising one. Gundogan! Denied by a great piece of goalkeeping.
Well, I thought his starting position was good, and that helped the keeper to judge the flight of the ball and deal with it well.
Oh, good interception. Into the middle. Great leap! Good delivery. No joy.
Well, being able to generate that amount of activity in the box means it's hard not to pick someone out.
Marco Verratti. Tries to get it forward quickly. Partey. Either side yet able to find the net. A move that looked promising, but eventually thwarted without doing any harm. Gundogan. This has gone, that's a foul. Plays it out to the flank. Lookman! Good clearance and very necessary. And it's been taken straight back. Gets on the end of it. He's gone for it! Gorgeous control there. It's Gundogan. Gundogan. Great strength, too strong for his opponent. Gundogan has been caught there, it's a foul. And And a great opportunity to open the scoring here. He's shaping up to have a crack from here. Gundogan! Oh, smart save. He had plenty to do.
Absolutely terrific reflexes, goalkeeping at its very best.
Lookman, he's played him through. A chance has a pop! It's there!
Well, you know, thinking about that, I think they perfected that on the training ground because it took them seconds to get the ball from back to front, and they really commit forward in numbers too. It was all very well drilled.
So we have our breakthrough.
Surprise, surprise. He just keeps on delivering, and listen, we all expect that.
Let's put a stop to that. He's picked him out. Ederson can claim that. The breakthrough came in the final moments of the first period, and it's 1-0. A heavy challenge. I have to say, that was an exemplary tackle. Stopped him dead in his tracks. Looking to force his way through. Chance! A potential goal of the season contender, if only.
Well, the run was really impressive. The finish was depressive, and expectations were not met.
Up to meet it! Oh, denied brilliantly!
Oh, that's a sparkling save. Absolutely sparkling. His reflexes were ultra sharp.
Tries to get it clear. We've reached half-time. So there you have it, a close-fought half of football, but it still had its moments, and ultimately produced just one goal. A more than decent game up to now. What do you think we're up to after 45 minutes?
Pontevedra clearly are benefiting from their homework. They've dealt with anything that's been thrown at them and have been smart on the break.
Leading 1-0 at the break. Here we go again.
Well, 1-0 may be good enough, so they may err on the side of caution and get more players behind the ball instead of running beyond it. They could even try to spoil it from here, we'll see.
Played out to the right. Isak gets it back. There's a long ball. Has a pop! It's off target and by quite a way. Hoists it forward. He's made sure that that won't get through. Referee's given a throw. And it's played forward. Hernandez. Oh, he's going to be pulled back for that one. Hernandez. Loose ball, who's going to get there? Teams still separated by the game's only goal. Shapes to shoot! Oh, that was no routine save.
Well, that was high-class goalkeeping there to back up his high-class wage. Pontevedra really are enduring a frustrating spell when it comes to trying to move the ball around the midfield. They lack the sharpness and urgency.
Beautifully done. It's a very good battle there, terrific to watch. Berratti battles to win it back. He's got through. He's on the back foot.
Oh, super tackle. They were outnumbered and under the cosh. That had to be spot on, and it was.
Your impression so far, Jim?
There's a lot of football still to be played, Peter, so ideally they need to maintain an attacking endeavour.
Forward it goes. He's had a shot! And yet another chance goes to waste.
Pontevedra really are in the ascendancy here, and they know they have to register while that's the case.
Both sides then taking this chance to turn to their benches. Good challenge, stood up well against his man. Just brushed off the ball there. Isak.
Keep calm and carry on. That's the job in a nutshell now.
Rabiot has a goal!
Pontevedra are clearly looking to kill this game off. It's keeping the ball away from the other end too.
And they win it back again.
They're actually not getting too tight, which is interesting.
No.
It's probably cautionary. Don't dive in, try to pinch it or intercept so nobody can get in behind.
Yeah, he's fouled him there. Mbappe.
Peter, they have to fight the onset of desperation and keep enough cool heads to still deliver.
The referee's awarded a free kick. Well weighted. He gets past his man. Gabriel Jesus hits one! Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
Well, what can I say? Truly wonderful goalkeeping.
They've played it short. That is terrific skill. Oh, well intercepted, really alert to the danger.
Yeah, it's safe to say that they just need to manage this to secure the win now.
Gabriel Jesus. And that is that. What a game. End to end, it flew by, and in the end, it all came down to just the odd goal. Your reflections then, Jim?
Well, to me, this is a result, Peter, that says an awful lot more than the scoreline suggests. You know, after the goal, the team just settled down and looked surprisingly comfortable and didn't really need to work too hard.
So thank you very much, Jim, for joining me. That brings us to the end of our coverage. So from us both, a very good evening. Good evening wherever you are on this most pleasant evening. There has been a clamour to get inside the ground tonight for a much anticipated game. The roads outside of the stadium have been bumper to bumper with traffic. The car parks are full. There is a torrent of humankind making its way from the nearby station, and we expect every seat to be filled. An atmosphere of great expectation and excitement. Well, this really is a great venue. It adds so much character to every game it stages. Well, this is the perfect game for all parties, not least the neutrals who've just come to enjoy it.
Well, get ready for some high-grade football, Peter. Two strong teams, as you say, full of wonderful individual talent. And we have every right to anticipate some really entertaining football. As to whether we'll see a high-scoring contest, that's a little harder to predict. I'm not complaining, though, because there are good players everywhere you look around this surface, and that's a fine start in itself.
And already we're underway here. Kane needed to come up with a better ball.
Yeah, the idea was right. The delivery wasn't. They can revisit that further on.
Forward it goes. It's been intercepted, and that will come to nothing. Ball's loose. Who's getting there? Tries to get it forward quickly. And it's Gnabry. And he's made sure that that won't get through. Is there any support? He might not need it. Dele Alli. Quarter of an hour played.
Well, both sides have actually looked poor going forward. We've hardly seen anything meaningful yet.
Now the counter. Kane making use of the space out wide. Gets the better of his man. Oh, surely! And the shot! Hoists it forward. Now it's Gnabry, cut out in the nick of time. Dele Alli. He's there to receive it. Goes for goal! Goal! Well, you've got to say the odds on him missing from there were very slim.
Well, he made it obvious as to where the pass should be played, Peter, and it made the finish look that bit easier.
So we have our breakthrough.
And that ought to be the trigger for a really exciting and entertaining game from here on.
Gnabry. Goretzka. Well read, he sorted that out. They've played it short. Now, can he capitalise? Plays it back. Oh, that's neat. He's gone for it! Oh, he's managed to get himself offside. Hardly anything between the sides, and the score is 1-0. And it's played forward. Out to the right. Gnabry tries lifting it over. Now it's Gnabry. It's a brilliant interception. Decent progress down the left. Kane. He's through. Hits one! Dele Alli. Van Dijk plays it forward. And here's Gnabry. He's got the ball, he's got the space, tries a shot! Oh, the ball's come loose! Time and again they are repelled. We've reached half-time. So there you have it, a close sport half of football, and one that still had its moments, but ultimately produced just one goal. A more than decent game up to now.
Well, they showed glimpses of some wonderful football to go in with the lead at half-time, and that's definitely pleased the fans. I think they'll be looking to keep this intensity up now in the second half.
Leading 1-0 at the break. We're promptly into the second 45 minutes. A solitary goal, that has been the crucial difference. Did really well to intervene and dispel the growing danger. Looking for space out wide. And it's Gnabry. Plays it out to the wing. Receives it from behind. And the assistant referee rightly gives him offside. Oh, that is asking for trouble. Forward it goes. Gnabry conjuring up some magic on the right-hand side. Going through. Gnabry. Crowd calling for him to shoot. He's had a shot! And yes, it's there! A two-goal lead, and they're firmly in control. I've given such an open invitation, he was always going to shoot.
Peter, that was just a defensive act of generosity that was always going to have a painful ending.
So that's two now without reply.
We're looking at a very different game now. The command has been established.
Gets it, and now what? Oh, real danger here. And that'll go straight through to the keeper. Kane. A real chance to break. Tries to get it forward quickly. Dele Alli. He's picked him out, and it's Kane. That's some clever movement up front.
Yeah, they're playing with a false nine, and no one's really holding a fixed position up there.
How does that work?
Well, I think it's an attempt to just...
That's a foul. Free kick's been given. He gets the ticking off and needs to be very careful now.
Well, I think the referee would have told him to rate it in or suffer the consequences.
So, time for changes on both sides, actually. Foden. Could be thinking, chance! And it's there! And they are cruising away. A pretty simple finish in the end. What do you think, Jim?
Well, it's pretty damning on the part of that defence, Peter, that he was allowed so much time and space. But I think you have to give credit where it's due. And it was a brilliant set-up and finish.
And when the manager called on him, he was only too happy to repay that faith.
That's how you make an impact as a sub. You know, when most are tiring, you can impose a freshness and energy to best effect. What an introduction.
There's going to be another change here.
Yeah, it's pretty obvious as to who was going to be taken off. His energy levels began to sag, and he was never going to last until the final whistle.
3 without reply. This is becoming a stroll. Van Dijk cuts it out. And that's been won straight back. Kane. Kovacic. The message is clear, none shall pass. Kane showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. And here's Mane. Well, try as they might, they just couldn't get into an attacking area. That's a promising ball. He's left it, has a hit! He scored! Surely now they are well and truly out of sight.
The understanding between those two plays a big part in that, and releasing the run on side proved the key ingredient.
It's become a case of men against boys.
Well, unsurprisingly, Peter, the opposition looked completely stunned. I'm not sure they can gather themselves.
Hoists it forward. Played out to the right. Gnabry is onto him and can take it up. Kante is there and he can get that clear. Dashing forward at pace. Now it's Mane. He's found his man. Going for goal! He has done it!
Well, you know, thinking about that, I think they've perfected that on the training ground, because it took them seconds to get the ball from back to front, and they really commit forward in numbers too. That was all very well drilled.
And that's it. A great day for attacking football. The artists have painted their pretty pictures. Only one team in it. Any reflections on what you've seen, Jim?
Worth the mile. We're very impressive here, Peter. The backbone of this team is so strong, and it proved to be the decisive area.
That's where we have to end it. From me, Peter Drury, and my co-commentator, Jim Beglin, a very good evening to you all. Well, a very good evening to you on what is pretty close to an ideal evening for football. There is barely a cloud evident. The world and his wife have gone to great lengths to be here for a match of great consequence and massive interest in these parts. Barely a breath of wind, so the football has no excuses for not being at its very best. The teams I know are pumped for this. They are fantastic scenes in the stands. There is a great sense of drama here, a great sense of excitement and expectation. And this must be amongst the favoured arenas of supporters all over the world. It really does have a very special feel to it. Well, there are plenty looking forward to seeing this, a capacity crowd here.
Well, get ready for some high-grade football, Peter. Two strong teams, as you say, full of wonderful individual talent. And we have every right to anticipate some really entertaining football.
And Martinez! And he's straight offside. Spinazzola. Martinez. And the ball is out of play. Ball's loose, who's getting there? To get it forward quickly, and the counter is on. Isak. Questions were asked, and he's given the answers. Oh, great ball!
Well, neither team has yet managed to impose any authority, and as a consequence, this game's just drifted.
Pins it out wide. That intervention was very necessary. Chance to break. Mbappe, he's on a run down the left wing. There's a move that looked promising, but eventually thwarted without doing any harm. Promising move that, good inroads into enemy territory, but no joy. Martinez. Martinez! And the header! Decent attempt, but not quite good enough.
That was good defensive pressure to give him less manoeuvring room.
And he's there to cut it out. Water goes for goal! It's there!
Oh, what a cracking goal, but a cracking touch as well. That's what made it for me. That's brilliant play all round.
So we have our breakthrough.
And that ought to be the trigger for a really exciting and entertaining game from here on.
He's there to receive it. Neymar hits one! Oh, that is rather wayward. Jordi Alba goes looking. Has a pop! Decent strike, kept it fizzing low. Mbappe attempts a clearance. Oh, that's neat. He slid it, shapes to shoot! He's done very well to get to that.
Neymar sparked a tremendous stop there, and I think it's fair to add, he just wasn't expecting it.
Rodri knocks it away. And it's got through. Well read, he sorted that out. And it's Neymar. It's Neymar! Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
Oh, that's a sparkling save. Absolutely sparkling. His reflexes were ultra sharp.
Hoists it forward. Jordi Alba. Neymar. And that is going to be the final action of the first half. So there you have it, a close fought half of football, but still had its moments, but ultimately produced just one goal. A more than decent game up to now.
It's a dressing room that needs rousing at half-time, because in truth they've not really been at it so far. If the pep talk works, we may see a very different side second half. We need to.
Shot a goal! Neymar. Real chance!
Very speculative with little threat, if any, for the keeper.
No way through there. Neymar. Now it's Neymar. Neymar. Martinez. And that's been won straight back. What a throw in.
Champu really are almost trying to pass the ball through a brick wall at the moment. You can see the sense of anxiety has now shifted to the stands.
Martinez. Danger averted for now. Bruno Fernandes. Jordi Alba. Oh, well defended, that had to be done. Now the counter. Oh, well intercepted, really alert to the danger. Jordi Alba. Well, the pressure is relentless. It's a very, very high press.
Yeah, because it's all about winning the ball back at the earliest opportunity, a trigger by one player for the others to follow, and designed to force opposition mistakes.
And here's Jordi Alba. Back into the middle. Good running with the ball. Can they build on it? He's got away. Well, that looks a foul. Yep, referee's given it. Great chance here to level it up. This certainly looks appetising, well within shooting range. He's trying the shot. Fair attempt, just the wrong outcome.
A more than decent attempt, Peter.
Bruno Fernandes. Your impression so far, Jim?
Well, at the moment, their chances of getting back in contention look slim. They're not exerting enough pressure. Simple as that.
Has a hit! Sticks it away! A two-goal cushion, and it's looking safe. Perfect placement, the one place the keeper couldn't reach.
Well, I think two keepers would have had a hard time keeping that one out, never mind one. There was real venom in the strike and clear composure from the placement.
So that's two now without reply.
We're looking at a very different game now. The command has been established. Mbappe really just wasn't quick enough then. Well, his thinking certainly wasn't. Didn't make use of what I felt were some very good options.
Turns and goes back. Bruno Fernandes. And it's played forward. Oh, they could break here. Driving on now. What can they conjure from here? Oh, he's going to be pulled back for that one. Mbappe. He's had a shot! That's a real chance missed.
Well, that's a real shame, because it could have led to a real momentum shift.
Martinez. There really wasn't very much in that, not far away from being a telling final ball.
Djibril Champu seemed to have chosen a tougher route through the middle. That was easily read and dealt with.
Oh, good ball.
Yeah, that's top defending and preventing him turning, which can open up many possibilities.
Oh, it's taken out. That'll be a foul. Bruno Fernandes. And it's Jordi Alba. Yeah, he's pulled him up for that challenge. Jordi Alba. Bruno Fernandes. Rodri brings the ball forward. Isak. Jordi Alba. Time added on will be 2 minutes. Martinez gets into some space. It's whistle off the ball. Added time is up, and there goes the whistle. Well, it's ended in defeat and frustration. They just didn't get the breaks. No reward for a very genuine effort. It is a hard one to take, this. Well, after all of that, Jim, what are you thinking?
It's a poor result. They offered very little goal threat, and it's the kind of unproductive performance that can drain confidence pretty quickly. At the business end, they just can't close the deal.
Well, thanks to Jim alongside me, and as the fans make their way home, so must we. Good evening to you. Well, hello and good evening to all of you. Unfortunately, it appears that the weather hasn't quite read the script here. There has been a dreadful downpour from well before the moment the turnstiles opened, and there is considerable concern on the faces of the officials. We think it's going to be okay. Clearly, the pitch will be slippery. It'll be a challenge for those who have to officiate, never mind those who have to play. They know they are not going to be in for an easy game. But the crowd is all in, and the match, I'm delighted to be able to say, will go ahead. And this must be amongst the favoured arenas of supporters all over the world. It really does have a very special feel to it. Well, this is the perfect game for all parties, not least the neutrals who've just come to enjoy it.
Well, under normal circumstances, this is a massive matchup, and I'm not totally in agreement with the view that friendlies tend to take the edge away. in my experience, if the opposition go at it full tilt, then you have to reciprocate. We like to see excitement and be entertained, but if it does go down the serious route, there'll still be lots to enjoy.
If you're just joining us, we are already underway. Jim, who do you pick out as the telling individual today?
Yeah, Harry Kane. He's a deadly finisher, Peter, obviously, but he can contribute much more than that for his team. He's got the physical presence to hold the ball up and the awareness to bring pretty much everyone else into play. His best attributes, however, might be his enthusiasm, his energy, and his desire to win, because those things become infectious to others.
Yeah, hard to see past him. He'll be looking to put on a show, I'm certain of that. And the assistant referee rightly gives him offside. And it's been taken straight back. Goes for goal! It's a good run, that. Great timing. Looking to break out here. The ball needed to be better there. It's a wasted chance. Dybala. Tar. Alvaro Tejero. No change to the score. 0-0 it remains. And he's shown him a real chance! Goal!
Yeah, looking back at that, that's how you play on the counter. Quick and decisive and ruthless with the finish. I thought it was a stunning, stunning breakaway.
Deadlock broken, it's 1-0.
Surprise, surprise, he just keeps on delivering, and listen, we all expect that.
Pontevedra have pushed both fullbacks into quite advanced positions here.
Yeah, that's interesting. So what are they attempting? Dybala! It's in! And already they're looking to run away with it. Oh, beautifully dispatched. There was no reaching that.
Now that's what I call finishing, right in the corner. He knew instinctively who was where and didn't need to waste any time weighing things up. That's a cracking goal.
So that's 2 now without reply.
Well, unsurprisingly, Peter, the opposition look completely stunned. I'm not sure they can gather themselves.
Alvaro Tejero. What a ball that he's had a shot! Try. The outcome could so easily have been different.
That's a little unfortunate. He had a lot of people worried then.
Hernandez goes looking. Now it's Dybala. Marquinhos opts to play it back. Could move up a gear here. That's good progress he's made on the ball. Where to next?
Well, I don't think it was the wisest option, Peter, once he got into that position. It's not as if he didn't have people nearby.
Fine save.
Oh, that's a sparkling save. Absolutely sparkling. His reflexes were ultra sharp.
It's ruffled a few feathers, but well dealt with. It has got through to him. Mane. Coaxed through there. Mane. Nicely controlled. Played into space out wide. Mane. Kane. That intervention was very necessary. And we hit half-time. We'll do it back on the first 45 minutes.
Yeah, chins have dropped, heads are down, and half-time couldn't have come at a better time.
That's the start of another 45 minutes.
Look, before they might get too carried away with thoughts of getting back into the game, they can't afford to slip up.
That looks a foul. Yeah, referee's given it. And Dijk is being told in no uncertain terms that this will be his final warning.
Yeah, and he's just entered the last chance saloon. One wrong move now, and he's in trouble.
Dybala having a look. Looking to pull clear here. Good defending, albeit from an unexpected source.
You have to admire commitment like that, because he could easily ignore that and just kind of walk around and let others do all the chasing, but instead he looks as if he relishes the chance to dig in for his team here.
Hernandez. And here's Dybala. Dybala finds himself offside. Rabiot. He's pinged one through here. Marquinhos. Kimmich drives it forward. And here's Mane. Cuts it out. Forward it goes. Tries to get it forward quickly. Well, the crowd clearly like what they just saw. Some real no-nonsense defending. Well positioned to make that interception. And it's Dybala. And the assistant referee has his flag raised for offside. And that's been won straight back. It's got through, and the counter is on. He wasn't very far from making something happen by himself. Lovely to see. Mane. Now it's Kane. He's through, it's one-on-one. He's gone for it. It's a goal. With time and space aplenty, he was never going to miss.
Kane is the obvious danger man here, and yet he was afforded way too much freedom. I think he was gifted that goal. His reputation should have been warning enough for them.
This is threatening to become a really good game.
I think they can sense a comeback here, and so can this crowd. It's all systems go now.
Well played, he saw that coming. Hernandez, not easily shrugged off the ball. Kyle Walker. Saka. Kyle Walker. Whistle's gone, that's a foul. changes here from both sides, in fact. 2 changes being made right now. Cristiano Ronaldo. And it's Mane. And the shot! And he's there to make a great save.
The keeper really dug out his defence then. A magnificent effort.
And here's Mane. Well read, he sorted that out. And that has been cleared. Kovacic. Oh, he's not going to get that.
Peter, they have to fight the onset of desperation and keep enough cool heads to still deliver.
The changes then in quick succession. Kane got amongst the goals, and he's being taken off now.
Yeah, he'll get a good ovation for his contribution. I'm not so sure why he's leaving us, though. There's no obvious sign of injury or fatigue. There's a real appetite from them to finally put this game to bed, but will they?
Has a pop! He has done it!
It's another really good show of character. I love the spirit and togetherness they muster. Never know when they're beaten.
That's no fluke, it's what he was there for.
Well, for me, that's just pure predatory brilliance. It's not so much the finish, but the way he read the situation when nobody else was even alert to it. It's fantastic.
Well, it's an inspired substitution. Terrific move by the boss.
That's how you make an impact as a sub. You know, when most are tiring, you can impose a freshness and energy to best effect. What an introduction.
This has become one superb game of football.
Well, the big question now is whether they can keep the energy levels up and try and grab a winner. Look, this can still go either way. It might be flowing one way, but there's still time for some ebb.
Mane just brushed off the ball there.
You wonder if that's it now, but
Then goes for goal! And he nearly went all the way.
I just hope he won't let the failure to score affect him. With the ability he has, he can reproduce.
Gaya. Goretzka.
Well, both sides might have to settle for a draw here, although there's still a chance for one last fling.
Could be a chance here. Has a pop! Hoists it forward. Well, they can break here. And it's played forward. And that is that. Passion and panache and perseverance, and in the end, parity. A really good game to watch. Well, what are your thoughts on today's game then, Jim?
Well, neither side could get over the line here. Perhaps one team might be happier, but at the final reckoning, it's honours even. No complaints.
That's it for tonight's match, so it just remains for me to thank Jim Begden alongside me and to wish you all a very good evening.